Hello, God bless from Up Ministries. It's me, Dick Jr. I am coming to you today to read you Isaiah chapter 32. Now, I prayed and I asked God to help me to speak with you before I started this video today. And I suggest anytime you place yourself in God's Word that you pray also and that you ask Him for knowledge, wisdom, and understanding specifically, just like I do. He's going to give them to you, and that's His promise, not mine. But the reason why is because He wants us to understand what's in this book, which is His perfect plan of salvation through Jesus Christ. So everything we need to know about sin and salvation through God's Son, Jesus Christ, is in this book. That being said, let's go ahead and get started here in Isaiah 32. Behold, a king will reign righteously, and princes will rule justly. Each will be like a refuge from the wind and a shelter from the storm. Like streams of water in a dry country, like the shade of a huge rock in a parched land. Then the eyes of those who see will not be blinded, and the ears of those who hear will listen. The mind of the hasty will discern the truth, and the tongue of the stammerers will hasten to speak clearly. No longer will the fool be called noble, or the rogue be spoken of as generous. For the fool speaks nonsense, and his heart inclines toward wickedness, to practice ungodliness and to speak error against the Lord, to keep the hungry person unsatisfied, and to withhold drink from the thirsty. As for a rogue, his weapons are evil. He devises wicked schemes to destroy the afflicted with slander, even though the needy one speaks what is right. But the noble man devises noble plans, and by noble plans he stands. Rise up, you women who are at ease, and hear my voice. Give ear to my word, you complacent daughters. Within a year and a few days you will be troubled, O complacent daughters. For the vintage is ended, and the fruit gathering will not come. Tremble, you women who are at ease. Be troubled, you complacent daughters. Strip, undress, and put sackcloth on your waist. Beat your breasts for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine, for the land of my people, in which thorns and briars shall come up. Yea, for all the joyful houses, and for the jubilant city, because the palace has been abandoned, and the populated city forsaken. Hill and watchtower have become caves forever, a delight for wild donkeys and a pasture for flocks, until the Spirit is poured out upon us from on high, and the wilderness becomes a fertile field, and the fertile field is considered as a forest. Then justice will dwell in the wilderness, and righteousness will abide in the field, in the fertile field. And the work of righteousness will be peace, and the service of righteousness, quietness and confidence forever. Then my people will live in a peaceful habitation, and in secure dwellings, in undisturbed resting places. And it will hail when the forest comes down, and the city will be utterly laid low. How blessed will you be, you who sow beside all waters, who let out freely the ox and the donkey. And that is all I have for Isaiah chapter 32. Thanks for listening, and God bless.